Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to another Arca Garage video. Today we're gonna be installing a shark fin antenna on Alfa Romeo Giulietta. So this is gonna be our regular antenna, the digital radio antenna, and it also comes with its own complete wiring, so we're gonna fix the Giulietta port reception once and for all. Since this plastic is not protected, I'm gonna have to paint it, and I'm gonna use the same color the car is in. First I'm gonna scrub it using this scrubbing pad, then I'm gonna move on to plastic primer, and I'm gonna finish it off with some red paint. To protect the rubber seal on the bottom, I'm just gonna use some tape to mask it off. And to get rid of all of the dirt and grease, I'm just gonna use some 70% alcohol to clean the surface. I'm gonna start by applying a layer of plastic primer. Next I'm gonna add 3 layers of Giulietta factory paint, increasing the thickness with each layer. While the paint on our new antenna is drying, we're gonna move on to our old antenna removal. Alright, now to remove the antenna, we gotta remove this back light here. For that, I'm gonna use this trim removal tool. I'm just gonna pop it off. To unplug this connector, I'm just gonna press on this clip and pull the connector off. But we also have to remove this mount, and to do that there are these clips on each side, so I'm just gonna pull them toward myself. I'm gonna do the same thing with this one, and that is basically it. To get the antenna off, we got 22mm nut located right here. Now you can move the headliner a little bit. Don't push it too far, you don't want to do any damage or anything like that. You can see when I push it there are some creases here, but as soon as I release it, those creases are gonna be gone. So you can play with it a little bit, but make sure that you don't put too much pressure on it. Alright, just to show you now the 22mm nut that I'm talking about, it's that one right there. I'm just gonna get it loose using my 22mm wrench, and I'm gonna undo it the rest of the way by hand. Here it is. Now we also gotta undo this antenna connector. You can see that clip on the side. I'm just gonna press on it and pull the connector off. There it is. Now the main problem with these factory antennas is that they get damaged by water. I tried the replacement, but it didn't really work out. That's why I'm doing this. Now clean this surface good. It has to be spotless. The paint on the new antenna came out looking great, so I basically got the color code from the car. I took it to the paint shop, they made me a spray, and I basically painted it with the same factory color, and it is a perfect match. The one thing that I gotta get rid of is this notch at the front of the antenna. The hole on our roof is in square shape, so I have to grind this down so the antenna fits properly. Alright, now we gotta guide the new wiring for the new antenna. Alright, now I gotta guide the wires. To do that, I'm gonna remove this black piece right here, and it's held in place with 4 screws. So there's one right there, here's the second one, here's the third one, and our 4th screw is gonna be right there. Now the plan is to guide the wires from here behind the headliner over there, and we're gonna go beneath the plastic trim all the way to the front of the car. So I'm just gonna guide this piece of wire through here. I'm gonna tape the wiring from our new antenna to this wire. Alright, now I'm gonna tape up all of the wiring. Alright, next I'm gonna remove this piece of trim right here, and to do that all we gotta do is pull it up. There it is. Now we got this piece of trim right here. I'm just gonna move this rubber piece out of the way, and I'm gonna guide the cable under it. I'm just gonna use a couple of these zip ties to secure the wiring to the existing one. I'm also gonna remove this plastic trim at the front, but before I can remove it, there is one more Phillips screw right here at the front. So just to make things a bit more simpler, again I'm gonna use my trusty wire to guide the wiring through this plastic piece here. Now we already got these plastic clips, and we are basically gonna guide the wiring through them. To undo these, all we gotta do is pull up on this tab, and you can easily undo them. Now I'm also gonna remove this plastic piece here. To do that, first I'm gonna remove this plastic cover. Now we got these 2 Torx screws. Now I can just pull this piece to the side, and essentially we're gonna guide the wires through here over the glove box and to the head unit. So there's our wiring here. I don't know how well can you see it on the camera, but this screw I'm gonna be using for the ground for digital antenna. So essentially I'm gonna cut this connector off, I'm gonna add my own, I'm gonna unscrew this screw and put the ground right under it. So I'm just gonna clip on this one. I'm gonna add this connector instead, so I can just put it right under that screw. Alright, so we got our ground. Now I'm gonna guide the rest of these 2 cables right here, this unit right here supports the digital radio. However, if I take the connector from our new antenna, you can see that I'm not able to plug it in, but there's actually an easy solution for this. I'm just gonna grab this outer shell and twist it off, and now you can plug it in without any issues. There it is. So here's our new antenna. So we got that. I'm gonna plug the rest of the stuff in, and we're gonna try it out. Now it's time to see if our new antenna works, and you can see that we finally got stations. Now I'm just gonna press hold 1 to memorize it. I'm gonna move on to the next one. Alright, as you can see, we got our stations. Now I can turn on the volume due to the copyright, but our new antenna works perfectly. So as you can see, our new radio works perfectly. Now let's check out if we can get anything on the digital radio. Now, as you can see here, I got some kind of station, but the problem is that the digital radio is not really supported in my country, so I'm probably getting this from Croatia. So there you go, that's our new antenna, and it works great. Now it's been raining all night last night, and it's a great test for that rubber seal beneath, and there is no water coming through. Anyway, that would be all for this video. I hope you find it useful. If you did, hit that like button and support our channel by subscribing and by sharing our content with the rest of car enthusiasts.